Hello, and welcome to today's podcast on navigating the vaccine debate and supporting families of students with autism spectrum disorder. I'm Madison, and in this episode, we'll explore the ongoing discussion around childhood vaccines and their alleged link to autism spectrum disorder. We'll focus on the role of educators in ethically supporting families while keeping personal opinions and biases out of the conversation. This topic is critical for all education professionals, whether you're an administrator, a teacher, a paraprofessional, or a support professional, and you engage with families from diverse backgrounds and beliefs. So let's dive in. First, let's set the stage by briefly discussing the vaccine autism link. Over the years, a controversial claim emerged from a 1998 study by Andrew Wakefield, you may have heard of that name, suggesting a link between the MMR vaccine, so measles, mumps, and rubella, and autism. This study has been widely discredited due to the serious methodological flaws and was ultimately retracted in 2010. So it holds no truth to it. Despite this, the idea has persisted, largely fueled by misinformation in the media and on social platforms. However, the overwhelming consensus in the scientific community today is that there is no credible link between childhood vaccines and autism. Numerous studies, including those conducted by the CDC and the WHO, have found no connection between the two. One study published in the Journal of Public Health in 2021 examined this issue in detail, confirming that vaccines are safe and do not contribute to the development of autism. Unfortunately, misinformation continues to circulate, as it does on social media, where myths about vaccines causing autism can quickly spread and gain traction. Research by Smith and Jones highlights the significant role social media plays in spreading public health misinformation. This is where we, as educators, need to step in with the factual, science-backed information to support our families. Now, let's talk about the ethical considerations for educators when it comes to the vaccine debate. It's essential for us to approach this topic professionally, keeping personal opinions out of our interactions with families. As educators, our role is not to impose our beliefs, but to provide families with unbiased, fact-based resources that empower them to make informed decisions for their children, right? We must maintain neutrality, especially given the weight that our words and actions can carry. Our students, their families, and even our colleagues look to us for guidance. So it's crucial that we remain respectful and non-judgmental in any discussions that we have about vaccines. Remember, it's about creating a supportive and safe environment where families feel comfortable asking questions and sharing concerns without their fear being dismissed. For example, if a parent expresses hesitation about vaccinating their child, it's important to acknowledge their concerns and provide them with resources such as information from reputable health organizations. According to Brown, ethical decision-making in education requires careful navigation of these sensitive topics, balancing the need to provide information with respecting the family's autonomy. Now let's shift our focus a little bit to practical strategies for supporting students with ASD when this topic arises. As educators, we must foster an inclusive environment where every student is respected, including those whose families might have different views about vaccines. First, it's important to build understanding and empathy within the classroom. For example, students with ASD may have unique perspectives or experiences related to vaccination, whether their own health experiences or their family's beliefs. So it's important for us to cultivate a space where these differences are respected and where we can talk about sensitive issues like vaccines in age-appropriate ways. We can also collaborate with families to ensure that we're providing the best support for the students. Keep open lines of communication and offer ongoing professional development for staff on understanding ASD and how it may impact learning, especially in the context of sensitive topics like vaccines. By working together, we can create a more supportive educational environment for all students, regardless of their vaccination status or their family stance on vaccines. As we wrap up, let's talk about action steps. Educators must rely on evidence-based resources when discussing vaccines and autism. Make sure that any information shared with families is grounded in credible research. For example, the CDC and the WHO are trustworthy resources to direct parents to should they have concerns or questions. Lastly, continue to engage in professional development opportunities to deepen your understanding of both autism and public health. The more we know, the better equipped we are to support families that we serve. Let's remain focused on what's best for the children in our care, keeping our approach informed, compassionate, and unbiased. To summarize today's podcast, it's essential for educators to navigate the vaccine debate with professionalism, supporting families by providing evidence-based information while remaining neutral and empathetic. We must focus on inclusive practices and ensure that all students, regardless of their vaccination status, are supported in their educational journey. Thank you for joining me today, and I encourage you to continue exploring this topic in your professional practice. Until next time.